Hi, I'm Kim and you're watching Kim Wilson TV. My channel is dedicated to helping victims of narcissistic abuse get free, stay free, and never have to return to that funky situation ever again. This is part 2 of a video series called The 4-Step Cycle of Narcissistic Abuse. And now we're going to take a look at the devaluation stage. Now, the initial idealization stage basically means that you have now been officially taken hostage through that idealization and love bombing stage. Your head's been held under in the bucket of toxic love for long enough now that you are very much under their control. You are absolutely captivated by the illusion of this person. You have fallen very deeply in love with a fabrication, with a figment of their imagination, with this completely made up individual, an illusion that doesn't even exist, but they know it, you don't know it, and you're just madly in love. So on we go to phase 2 with their very, very calculated mindfuckery, where now they recognize they have you absolutely trapped. You are compliant. You have displayed to them that you are going to be an ideal source of primary supply, and now all of those fabulous, wonderful things that they loved and adored and cherished and, just told everybody about are now the very fucking things they hate about you. And now they built you up, and now they're taking you apart. So, with absolute great intent, with total malice of thought, with an absolutely chattering mind full of insanity and madness, now the narcissist is going to take all those things that they initially loved about you. Okay, for example, I was very much involved with the local art scene and had a great studio in one of the artist collectives there in Alberta, and now that was no longer what he really loved about me. That was what he hated about me. I'm spending too much time with the art groups. I'm doing too much volunteer work. There's nowhere for him to park to pick me up after I'm done volunteering. I mean, everything now is becoming a problem. Everything about the initial things that they loved about you, you spend too much time with your kids now. You're spending too much time with your hobbies and interests. Are you sure that's the right job for you? Maybe you should be, spending more time here with me. And all of those things that they absolutely loved and adored about you are the very things now that they're going to start chipping away at and dismantling. So there you are, absolutely believing that you have found your soulmate, this perfect person, that they value the relationship as you value it, that they are committed to the relationship, that they are going to be monogamous within the relationship, that they believe that the relationship is of great value and that they love you very much. Meanwhile, they have absolutely no capacity for love, no capacity for empathy. This was never about love or about a relationship. They are incapable of feeling love or feeling empathy, and you are nothing more than their new victim. They played this game, and that's what it is. It's a fucking game of madness, and they played the game with the victim before you. They've played the game, they will be playing the game with the victim after you and the victim after that, and the list of victims can just go on and on and on and on, and this is a game to them, and they are very, very good at playing it because, of course, they've been doing this their entire life, creating this fake self, creating this illusion, luring people in with the illusion and then tearing them apart. This is absolutely etched in stone. Now, the weirdness about this, and I'll tell you, this is very perplexing for me, and I cannot find an answer to this question. If anyone's got any insight, please, because I have read the works of every expert in this field, and they will all say the exact same thing. These fucking narcs' MO is the same across the board. I don't care what country you're in, what demographic you're in, what language the bullshit is being spoken in. The bullshit is all the same. They are the exact same. They're absolute clones of each other. Yes, this is a form of mental illness, but, no other form of mental illness presents in this clone-like way. No other type of illness or disease presents in this clone type way. This is truly an enigma. Now, because of the narcissist's lack of a moral compass and how premeditated all of this is, what they've actually done is they've taken you captive because now they need to absolutely extract all the supply they can get, which is not limited to actually extracting your total soul, because they are such dead and empty vessels. They need to do this. Now, the narcissist absolutely 100% knows right from wrong. They choose to do the morally wrong thing very frequently because of all the delusion and noise and crazy making that's going on in their head. They just absolutely very simply struggle to think. They just don't think right. So now they're acting out. The mask is slipping. They think, oh, fuck, they're on to me. So now they've got to, they just go from 0 to 100 just like that, because all this shit's going on in their head. They think you're on some. They need to, get the mask back in position. They need to start testing you. And, oh, yeah, the testing is very real. And let's not pretend that you didn't recognize the testing, because most certainly I knew I was being tested. And rarely do they act out in a spur of the moment, caught up in their fear. Their fear will often cause them to introvert and try and process, this in a way that is going to be extremely harmful for you, so they can knock you back down, further manipulate you, get more control, and dominate your thoughts and your ideas even more. So this is just a bad fucking situation all around at this point, and you don't know what's going on. You're frantically looking for that person that you fell in love with. Meanwhile, that person is an absolute illusion. Now, because the narcissist's thought patterns are so gravely fucked up, you're starting to recognize there's some problems here in the relationship, and you're thinking to yourself, we've got some things to work on. This is not what the narcissist is thinking, not even fucking close. The narcissist is thinking, fuck you, you fucking bitch. I am going to take you apart. I am going to beat you. I am going to win. I'm going to win this fight. Now, you are completely unaware of the fight, so of course you are not in a combative thing. You're thinking, my God, how do we fix this? There's some issues here. This is not how the narcissist is thinking. It's always a fight to the death. They always need to beat you, even if there's nothing going on. Like, outside of the insanity in their minds, there is nothing going on. Now, I think to myself sometimes, I'm an extremely capable person. I'm a very loving person. I was very dedicated to Trevor. Had Trevor just left me alone in the idealization phase, my God, 5 years later, that man would be living the life of a king. He would never have to be fearful of his abandonment issues. He would never have had to be fearful of being criticized or being ignored, because I truly adored him. I was willing to do anything for him. I loved him very much. But no, that's not what they want. They don't want you loving them. They don't want to be in a relationship. They have no ability to commit. This was nothing more than a game, a cruel, evil game, where they've taken you hostage to pound the fuck out of you, to beat you to a pulp, throw you away, and replace you with a new victim. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been for them, and it's never changing. Now, things are changing very quickly, and when you bring these things to the narcissist's attention, this is where they start gaslighting you, start telling you you're crazy, you're nuts, you're bipolar, you should be on medication, there's something fucking wrong with you, and all of this is just, a product of your madness. Another thing that has changed quite radically is they've gone from I love you, rapid fire, I love you, to nothing. Now, instead of saying I love you, they are saying things like, you don't love me, you don't know how to love people. And now the testing has really begun to see how they can start injecting little bits of abuse. Now, when they start with this, you don't love me, you're like, oh no, I love you, how can I prove my love to you? I don't want you to feel unloved. And now the game is on. Now they're abusing you in small ways. Every time it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, until you're just living in a state of absolute madness. Now, some mornings you walk into the narcissist, or the narcissist walks in the kitchen, and you say, hey, good morning, and they hear good morning, and they say, hey, good morning to you. But other days they walk in the kitchen and you say good morning, and they're thinking to themselves, why is she wearing that sweater? She must be cheating on me. What the fuck is going on here? Now, this is where they're going to start accusing you of things, and this is all telling. This is absolutely etched in stone. The narcissist is not really accusing you of cheating. They're not really accusing you of being untrustworthy. What they're doing is confessing. It is an absolute soul confession. They are spilling the beans. They are pouring it all out. They are telling you just how rotten and untrustworthy and corrupted, and they're telling you that they're liars. They're telling you that they're cheaters. They're telling you that this is not actually an accusation against you. This is an absolute confession. Right after the early idealization stage, they move very quickly into devaluing. What is devaluing? It's dumping. It is the early stages of dumping. Now, of course, the narcissist is a chronic, habitual, pathological liar, absolute liar. And you're starting to see through this, and the mask is slipping, so all this insanity now is going on. And that's how you can go from 0 to just 100, just wham, because all this noise is going on. She's on to me. She sees me. I got to gaslight her. I got to get her more confused. I've got to, cause her injury. So the focus is off of what he's doing. Now, I'm telling you guys, everything that the narcissist is accusing you of is an absolute fucking confession. That you can take that to the bank. That's the truth. Now, the lying's going on. They're starting to future fake you. They're doing that sweet, mean thing where they're pushing, they're pulling, they're pushing, they're pulling. You don't know what the hell is happening. You're just looking desperately for that person that you initially fell in love with. You just want them back so badly. And now they're absolutely in full-blown inflict harm, inflict chaos, create insanity, cause you utter confusion. They fucking love it when you're crying. They love it when you're sad. You got to consider these are absolutely dead, empty vessels. There's nothing in there. No genuine human emotion. They are absolutely soul-sucking you, gluttonizing you, flesh-eating zombies, soul-sucking vampires. They are absolute parasites. And this is what they're doing now, setting you up for the dumping stage, because they don't really want to be in a relationship. They just want to take a hostage, hurt them, discard them, on to the next one. So you're going to see a lot of this shit now.